My little baby Kai, my little baby, where are you? My little baby. Are you with the little bitch? Yeah. I would start earlier, but always the fucking memory is fucking gone. You know, what can you do? Uh, This is my song. It's called the Saxy song if you want to listen. This is one of the best I did, I think. Musicians Institute 2004. 4.5. Little baby Kai. Where are you, little baby? You need to pay me. Otherwise, I will have to go downtown. Have fun. With the baby Kai. Well, if he doesn't have money, I don't blame him. I know how this fucking shit works, you know. He will pay me when he has it, you know. I'm not gonna, you know, extort people like that, you know. I know he doesn't have it easy, you know. He's not one of the Bilderbergers. He's not one of the Bilderbergers, you know. Yeah, what day do we have today? Yeah, well, we're getting into November, you know. But it's fucking, this sky is fucking clear. Usually it's just clouds, man. This time of season, it's the worst season. I'm gonna get out of here. What day is it today? Is it? I have no fucking clue anymore. Is it? I think it's Sunday today, right? Yeah. You know, because my eyes are so fucking red, I don't go to the bars, you know. I don't go out really. If I, even if I would go out, if I can get into a bar, you know, what the fuck do the people, little girls, the innocent girls gonna think when they talk to me? What the fuck do you think? So I need to rest my eyes for before Colombia, because the girls like my eyes, you know, so I can't look like this, you know. Because I want pussy, you know. So, yeah, I have to tell you this story. This story is good. Last night, I talked to this Colombian girl. On the, I can talk about this because they don't understand English, you know. So that's positive for me, you know. Imagine if I would have a Swedish girl, you know, watching this video. So, well, I had met one, and after they seen this, they don't talk to me, you know. So, but yeah, this was last night. She's like Christian. She's like, "Do you want to get married?" do you want to have kids? You know, I'm like, I don't think uh, I'm the right person for you. You should find somebody else. But she's calling me back, and then I was like, I don't want to make her disappointed. I I pulled my out and watched porn and started to, and and I don't, yeah, she first she was like, because that's what I did. She called me on Skype, I was watching porn. I don't give a shit, you know. So first she didn't want to see, but then she started to watch. I think. I said, "Well, can't you show something?" She didn't want to, but I could marry that girl tomorrow. She's in fucking love with me. That is for fucking sure. That's I can see that. Otherwise, she wouldn't have called for 2 months. But we have other things to do. And then, yeah. Yeah, she was the girl that started to give me prayers or some shit. And I was writing in my hand, and she was like, thought I was crazy or some shit. And she was yeah, I had the nail paint on, but it started to go away now. She was like, "What do you have there?" This is like Christian Catholics. And it's kind of frustrating for me to speak with them. They don't know shit. They we're talking about indoctrination 101 now, okay? So no, but she said my dick was beautiful in a way, so that was good, I guess. At least she didn't say it was fucking ugly. So that's a positive thing, I guess. And yeah, I told her, you shouldn't be with me. I'm in love with somebody else. And she's like, with whom? With whom? And I showed her, send her some photos via Skype. Viviana. That I'm fucking in love with her, man. That's that's the truth. But I don't think it will happen because she has blocked my number. or change her number, and she's in Colombia, so what the fuck can I do? And she's putes, like putes, come on, what can you say, like a whore, you know, prostitute or a whore, you know. And I'm like, well, pretty much all girls over there are kind of like that, you know. But I could get, you know, we're talking about, I talked to Vivian at least for, yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in her actually. 2 years or something like that. This. And 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, it's not that bad. Star Gods. I'm starting to get like you, 30 minutes of nothing. Well, he talks about Jesus, you know. I guess Jesus is what you should do. The Gnostics, the Jesus within. And Eric Dubay is like, well, you're so good, you're so talented. Fucking faggots. Suck my dick. You need to live in Sweden for a while, for fuck's sake. At least to wake the fuck up. There's nothing wrong with fucking the Gnostics or some shit like that, but don't talk about it fucking 24 hours a day. You understand? We heard it already. Talking about 3 years, for fuck's sake. With Star Gods, I think it's like 8 years. But Eric Dubay, he doesn't drink. He's a vegan. He's gonna sit and blabber the same shit until he dies, you know. He doesn't go through the barriers that the one that expands your mind do. Well, one song he did was fucking good, you know. He talked about taking kind of hallucinogenic drugs, but once again he doesn't understand. And you as well, Deep Thoughts, I think you watched some of my videos anyway, you said that alcohol is, at least for me, I don't know how you feel, you know, hallucinogenic. I can tell you. Now, I just woke up not so long ago. I start to get this in me, and the mind just, whew, and I can, you know, when I was sober, it was, yes, this was, yes, before I forget. I turned on the television, if you remember my other video. Guess what they had today? Horse jumping and junior ice hockey. I mean, it's starting to get fucking ridiculous. Or am I in the Twilight fucking zone? It's either one of those. Am I hallucinating? Horse jumping for 3 weeks? Are they fucking serious at Swedish national television? Horse jumping for 3 weeks. And then you have 2 channels, one and number 2. Number 1 and number 2, okay. So you put on the television and you get horse jumping. And then you're like, okay, well, let's turn on to the other station. And then it's ice hockey for juniors. At least it wasn't women's soccer, because that was the last weekend. So now I have to watch, I guess because that's what they want me to do. If I hadn't had the internet, you know, this is what I did. I remember when I came back from school, when I was a kid, like in high school, junior high. The only thing I could watch was horses running around in a circle. So, do you know when I fucking heard Jordan Maxwell and these dudes, how fucking liberating it was? Do you know? I knew there was something wrong with this shit, but you don't get the information. Do you understand? How the fuck can you find something if you don't get information? As I said, the only fucking place I've spent after school was in the fucking library. But I study mostly music and some other stuff. As I said, Bukowski and Sture Dahlström. Sture Dahlström, I don't know if his books is translated, but if there are, read them. Okay? Sture Dahlström, I made a video. You can watch his fucking name. That guy. We're talking about like the 50s. He traveled Europe in the 50s, and it talks about, it's kind of beatnik, but it's better. It's much fucking better. That dude was ahead of his fucking time, like Bukowski was. Imagine if Bukowski would see this society. Wow, that's kind of like me. Look at my video, the Swedish slaves. That's how I feel every fucking day. I mean, you have to understand, if I go out, it's dangerous. I can get arrested. Do you understand? If I go up to a girl and like, you know, hey, you know, people like the girl I talked to last night, she was like, well, you're in Sweden, why don't you get the little beautiful Swedish girl? Well, I don't want to go to jail, okay? I've already been through that shit. Even if you talk to them on the fucking bus, they will fucking call the police because they have Tinder and Facebook. They don't meet you on the fucking face-to-face anymore. And the way I am today, which is I liberated myself from the society. I got some fucking mail. I don't even pay attention anymore to that shit. I mean, the neighbors, well, not the neighbors, one neighbor at least writes posts shit about me in the elevator. One other, I was walking home one day, and there was a little toy car in the fucking road, and I was gonna kick it away. I fucking kicked it away, and it was fucking some fucking metal in this shit. So my foot got like bang. So I got pissed off. So I took this fucking toy car and started to smash it. I started screaming Sieg Heil. I was so pissed off. Sweden does this to me, so don't blame me. Blame them. So the next day was some note. But thankfully, my dad came here and saw the fucking note and took it down. I think he took down because my dad works here. So he comes here some days during the week, you know, visits. So that's why I talk about my dad. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about my dad, you know. So I think it's at least 4 times he's been taking down notes about me in the fucking building, and they don't. But my dad is pretty cool, like that. He's like, I was like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck writes this shit? And my dad is like, don't pay attention to this shit, man. There's no name. And exactly, you can fucking. That's like, yeah, I got even notes for playing the guitar. So if I'm gonna do guitar videos, that's why I don't play so fucking loud, because of the fucking neighbors. They write notes, I don't want to get evicted, It's a lot of money involved on this apartment. So at least 100 grand, you understand? $100,000 in profit. So I have to keep it a little bit soft, okay? But I can do it, of course I can, but I mean, but I'm scared of myself, do you understand? When I drink, as I said, I mean, anything I can start fucking, if I get pissed off, I can start walking up to them, do you understand? I can start fucking walking up to them, and then the police will come, and they already closed my apartment one time. Police, what do you say? Police investigation or some shit. And when I was in this, what do you call it? No, not. Let's not go into this. Let's not go into this old shit. Anyway, right now I don't have anything upon me. Nothing. Unless something on YouTube, Otherwise, but I think it's because there are so many fucking immigrants here now. We're talking about the fucking 1 million people, and they rob and steal and sell drugs, so they don't have time anymore. If you do something, I got smashed in the face here, and in the city one time, and like shit like that, they don't have time with. Kai got sentenced now. He was in jail for 2 months in April. I think it was March, April. That was for shit he did 5 years ago. Do you understand? So that's kind of creepy. What you did 5 years ago, and then you go to jail for it. And the reason, yeah, let's go into this because this is important. This is how society works. The reason was that the police had seen him on YouTube throwing shit at the police and some fucking during some demonstration 5 years ago. Plus they had he got arrested for drugs, so then they were like, well, now we can do something. Oh, what's the point? what's the point? Locking a person up like Kai. I asked him, do you know, I was like, well, do you, when he was gonna go into jail, it's like, so now you're gonna have to be, stop taking the drugs. So you can, be okay in jail, you know, he told me like this, right before I go in, and then first you get like sentenced, and then you're gonna go into jail like 3 months after that shit, It's like takes years before. I'm not joking with you. Yeah, it's a brilliant system. So it was like, no, I'm gonna shoot up so much fucking drugs in me that I'm gonna be high for a week. But if you do that shit, they take tests on you, piss test. So if you do that, you will get prolonged punishment. But I guess Kai wasn't worried about that. He's already been there 200 times. He's like, well, if I'm all drugged up, I will get my own cell. They can't put me with other people because it's too dangerous. So he just took all the fucking drugs when he was going. And he was there for 2 months. And when he came out, he was like, well, then he's like detoxed, and the purpose with kind of locking up drug addicts is like you should just make them reflect what they've been doing. The first thing he did, because I know I talked to him the same fucking day, he was in jail. I was in Västerås, my birth city, and he was in Tillberga jail. That's like 10 minutes out from Västerås, where I grew up. So he was in the fucking same city, and I talked to him, and he was starting. The first thing he did when he came out, and he was so pissed off because his family, they were like thinking like that he would stop. And the only reason, let's keep this going because this is important. How society works, okay? It's not about Kai. You have to see it in a bigger perspective, okay? The reason he went into jail, he didn't have to do that. He could appeal, but they said he had hepatitis C, because he injects drugs. He injected heroin when he was like 15, 20 years ago. So they told him he had hepatitis C. That's like something in your liver disease. And he said, well, if I go to jail, can you give me the medicine? I don't know if this hepatitis C is real. I don't know. But he got, I don't know, I guess he got some fucking medicine or some shit in jail. Otherwise he would never have went. I mean, he's been through this system, as I said, all his life, So when he came out, he took blood tests in the hospital, and they said like, well, your liver is perfect. I talked to Kai. This was like 2 months after he came out from jail, and he had been injecting amphetamine, drinking fucking hard booze for like 2 months, and the doctor said his liver was perfect. How the fuck do you explain that? How the fuck do you explain that? But as he said, he can't die. Yeah, little baby Kai. Well, he told me, he said to me he has 5 years left with his abuse. I never seen anything like this. This is totally insane. He took, the Xanax. He takes like 3 at a time with booze. You can't do that. You're gonna become completely psychopathic. If you don't know what that is, watch like the first video I did, and you're gonna see how you become. But what he does, he takes this. This is what it tells me. I guess he doesn't lie about this. He has no reason to lie. I'm not the newspaper. He takes this. I mean, I talk openly about him because the government already knows everything about him, so there's nothing like I reveal. If you've been locked up 200 times, they pretty much know everything about you. They know where he lives, they know everything he does, but they let him. They could go there this morning and they know, but after 200 times they kind of like, well, what's the fucking point? What's the point? Let him do this shit. So that's why I can talk about it. Don't you think they have cameras all around the fucking city? Watch my video. I went to visit him. They have cameras all around. They have fucking staff in there, and you're gonna tell me that they don't know what the fuck is doing? They die like flies in that fucking place. But this is the worst of the worst. They don't know what to do with them. He's been doing this for his fucking all of his life, to understand. So he's happy now. He was before in a place outside the city. That it's legal to take drugs. You can look it up yourself. It's legal. So if I say anything about that, it's not a crime, you know. YouTube can't fucking censor me because it's legal. The politicians know that some addicts are completely fucking hopeless, so they open up like a place where they can keep them some sort of control, and they are allowed to take drugs, not only alcohol, drugs as well, but they're not allowed to sell the drugs, but they can use it themselves, okay? And that's the only place I think in Sweden, what I know of. Maybe there's different now, you know, all the immigrants now, and what Kai said, he told me this. Yeah, Kai, he should open a fucking YouTube channel. I'm gonna see a lot of the underworld. He told me, you know, heroin used to cost like fucking $200. Now when the immigrants are here, it's like $30. But he hasn't started with the heroin yet. He hasn't started with the heroin yet. If you watch my other video, he died from it. You know, he was dead. But this will be a 2-part video, 37 minutes. He told me he bought it a few times. I don't hang around with Kai much anymore, you know, not like I used to do, so I don't really know. But he told me he got some immigrant that he buys heroin from. I know he takes the amphetamine. I mean, I guess that's what he does. It's like, I know that's the worst crap you can ever take. It ruins your fucking mind. Well, at least all of the, if you watch The Drunken Philosopher 2, all those videos, there was like 100 videos. I only drank because I took his fucking shit. I was gonna be sober for like 1 month, but I took his shit, and it was like ghosts in my head. 1 week after, you know, I couldn't stand it. I could not stand that shit. So I had to drink, you know, to get that fucking disgusting feeling away. I was worried for a while. It was like after 3 weeks, it was still there. And then it went away. Took 3 weeks or a month. So I was like, fuck, man, I'm gonna live with this shit now, you know. And that was 1 day. 1 day I took that. That's in the video. That's the video I sent to Deep Thoughts. Like the first video when I sit and talk. I have a yellow, it says Roller Girl. That's a porn star from the 80s. It's an Adidas shirt. And my friend gave it to me. Another guy I know here in Stockholm. He has a friend that prints t-shirts in Thailand. And he ordered this He's like, well, can you make me a t-shirt with Roller Girl? Roller Girl, that's a porn star that has roller skates on from like the 70s. So that's what it means. And it's very sad that people don't pay attention to these details. There's a lot of details, that you have to be aware about. If I say something or do anything, it's not as a fucking joke. You have to pay attention, okay? You have to think in another step. What is this? What does that mean? What is this? How does this reflect society? You know? You have to think deeper, analyze everything. Analyze everything. Analyze the lightning in my room. Watch it. Why is it that kind of light? And the other video is a different light. You have to start to analyze and think beyond. Think beyond everything you see. Anyway, the first video is on music of sounds. I opened that shit because I see that nobody watches the videos because YouTube doesn't really promote it. I see the comments, I don't get notifications or nothing. I see in Facebook, as I made a video, I see on Badu, it's like computer generated shit. So I don't know. Who fucking knows who. I can post this and as YouTube might say, well, your video is posted. I was blocked I couldn't upload on 2 accounts for 2-3 weeks. Then all of a sudden I could upload. But in my guess is, well, they make me upload, but then they don't show the shit, I mean, I don't know, maybe you write like 500 comments because other people have said the shit, all of a sudden 1,000 subscribers is gone, 500 subscribers is gone all of a sudden. For me, they opened the account and yeah, why? And then I went into the and I had no one strike for some shit. You have 3, the copyright, and then there's perversions and stuff like that. All of a sudden, I only have 1 copyright. Before that, I had 1 strike left. So how the fuck does that work? How the fuck? I haven't changed my language. I haven't changed anything. I don't know who YouTube are. I don't know who fucking works for this company. I have no fucking idea. Okay? I'm not gonna spend time. I do this. I just wish I had more memory on my card so I could save it on the phone. Otherwise I have to sit and save it on Google. What do you call it? The drive on Google. Google Drive or some shit. But I don't fucking. My eyes. I shouldn't even. I can't work at the computer anymore. That's why it's better for me to sit and talk like this, because I can't watch the fucking computer anymore. I can't read on the computer. My eyes are too fucked up. It doesn't work. You understand? It's not like I don't see. It's irritation, from the light. that computer sent out, you know. My eyes are getting better since I stopped with the, as I said, with the glasses. So, but this is better, you know. I can just sit and talk. Otherwise, I would sit and read. That's what I've been doing before I started doing these videos. And this is better. Because when you write a comment or some shit, people don't know who the fuck you are, you know. At least now, they know who the fuck I am. And now I don't get any comments or responses. Except for deep thoughts of the videos, of the videos I have been posting on. I'll get some comments from some other people. There's not many people, but it will, well, it depends on the audience, you know. When the audience is ready, you know, maybe it happens after I'm dead. So be it. I like to do it. Yeah. Started to vomit when I talked to this girl last night on Skype. Started to vomit. I ate the chocolate. Oh, I ate vomit because of the chocolate, because of the booze. All of a sudden, you know, she's in love with me. She tells me, I want you to, can you stop to drink? We can marry, have a beautiful baby. You know, same shit, different day. And I start to vomit all this brown, because I ate the chocolate. It's all fucking brown. So I don't know. I mean, I don't give a shit about her, you know. I mean, she's a nice girl like that, but I'm not gonna marry her or some shit. I could fuck her, but she wants to, you know, get married or some shit. She's Christian or some shit she told me. I told her, man, she should fucking look for some other dude, you know. Forget about me. Forget about me, man. I'm already gone. I am already gone, man. I'm like Kai, flying on the flying carpet to the moon.